remember before you said about like the difference between non-for-profits and other worlds is that the shareholders want control and they want to say which way the company goes, but it's not that way in the non-for-profit world. So you work with a lot of like high wealth people who want to spread their money. How do you do a good job of balancing them from wanting to control it, because these are people with money and power?
Right. I think that the right way to think about that is sort of contractual as a framework. That the reason that shareholders have rights in companies is because of the fundamental legal basis, at least in this country, different in Germany, is that shareholders own the company, unless there's some very special reason, like you're Rupert Murdoch and you have special shares or something. It's your company. I think our view would be that the only rights that funders have in nonprofits come as part of a discussion, and that was the trade when the money went in. It's like, look, Iris, we have this money, and you need it. Now let's talk about what's fair, and if what comes out of that is sort of fair agreement on reporting and this and that, well, that's great. But those aren't our rights because we're a funder of your business. It was part of our, of our sort of trade going in. So the sort of contractual rights rather than sort of more fundamental legal rights. And at the end of the day, I mean, what remedy do you have? I mean, I think your remedy is to just stop funding and walk away and say thanks for the good work, but this isn't for us. I mean, you're not going to sell. You're not going to take control and sell the business. So we think of it as we'd like a board seat. We'd like to have an agreement up front on reporting. We'd like to hopefully have a relationship of trust and some sort of common language on what success is. And that's pretty much all you're going to get and could rightfully expect, I think. And if that's not good enough for some wealthy guy, well, then it's probably not for us.
And I think as a non-profit, the more well-articulated your vision is going into these pitches, a lot of times the less control a given funder will need over this. And so one of the things that we really worked hard on is defining success, defining the measurables before we ever went out with our campaign, and and saying, hold us to this, and we'll get there. And I think that we have seen much less pushback and much less about people trying to define what it is we might be doing on a more micro level.
I mean, our philosophy is that it's the grantee's business, it's the organization's business, and they really know best. And we're an advisor and we're an investor, and we actually don't take board seats, but we we develop a relationship of trust and a partnership. And so at the end of the day, it's the organization's decisions on what they do, and we're there to be another voice in the room and to bring other resources to the table. So.